Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. September 24th. Vigilance. We have seen the truth demonstrated again and again. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Commencing to drink after a period of sobriety, we are in a short time as bad as ever. If we are planning to stop drinking, there must be no reservations of any kind, nor any lurking notion that someday we will be immune to alcohol. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 33. Today, I am an alcoholic. Tomorrow will be no different. My alcoholism lives within me now and forever. I must never forget what I am. Alcohol will surely kill me if I fail to recognize and acknowledge my disease on a daily basis. I am not playing a game in which a loss is a temporary setback. I am dealing with my disease, for which there is no cure, only daily acceptance and vigilance. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, September 24th. An Al-Anon friend says, I have a tendency to think of my experience with alcoholism as an epic Technicolor movie, an extravaganza with my name and lights on the marquee. But it's not really like that. It's really just home movies. From time to time, I have shared my friend's exaggerated vision, though of course when I did, the name and lights was my own. I came to this program with a story to tell that seemed to splash across every inch of a very wide screen. I told it and told it, until one day I noticed that I was sitting in a room with others showing home movies. Today I feel happy to be there as part of the show, but my role has changed. I am no longer the martyr, bravely sacrificing myself to the cold, cruel world of melodrama. Realism has taken over. My role is important, but not unique, and I don't expect to see it in lights. Today's reminder. Al-Anon has given me an opportunity to share my home movies with others. My situation is neither the best nor the worst. Although I am unique in some ways, I am more like others than I have suspected. I will appreciate this sense of fellowship today. There is a quote from Suggested Al-Anon Alateen Welcome, and it reads, as we learn to place our problem in its true perspective, we find it loses its power to dominate our thoughts and our lives. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, September 24th. A growing concept of God. The only suggested guidelines are that this power be loving, caring, and greater than ourselves. We don't have to be religious to accept this idea. The point is that we open our minds to believe. Basic text, page 24. In a lifelong process of coming to believe, our understanding of God will change. The understanding we have when new in recovery will not be the same when we have a few months clean, nor will that understanding be the same when we have a few years clean. Our initial understanding of a power greater than ourselves will most likely be limited. That power will keep us clean, but we may think nothing more. We may hesitate to pray because we have placed conditions on what we will ask our higher power to do for us. Oh, this stuff is so awful. Even God couldn't do anything, we might say. Or God's got a lot of people to take care of. There's no time for me. But as we grow in recovery, so will our understanding. We'll begin to see that the only limits to God's love and grace are those we impose by refusing to step out of the way. The loving God we come to believe in is infinite, and the power and love we find in our belief is shared by nearly every recovering addict around the world. Just for today, the God I am coming to understand has a limitless capacity for love and care. I will trust that my God is bigger than any problem I may have. Today, Emotions Anonymous, September 24th. Reflection for today. In order to maintain this loving attitude which I have started to experience, I frequently have to give up some unnecessary characteristic of my self-will. Each time it is a different item, an attitude, an erroneous belief, an unrealistic goal, or another person's approval. Once I discover through one of the 12 steps what is hampering my progress, I ask God to remove that defect just for today. Steps 4 and 10 are most useful when I feel separate from God and do not realize why. Working step 4 releases me from all past wrongdoings, and step 10 keeps present wrongdoings from piling up. Meditation for today. Let me not stray too far from you before I begin to work a step to help myself. Today I will remember to change the things I can. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. September 24th. Staying present. We learn to be in the moment and to be present in our bodies. We learn that our thoughts can end. BRB page 266. When we got to ACA, we may have never felt what it was like to be in our bodies and experience our feelings. We may have had extreme emotion, but we didn't know how to feel our feelings. The sense of panic that often washed over us seemed so familiar we may not have noticed it for what it was. As we became full participants in our meetings, learning to bear our souls, we began to crack. Sometimes this was painful, but we knew we didn't have to go through the pain alone. We made phone calls and did the work. We asked a fellow traveler to work the steps with us. We believed other ACAs when they said we were not alone. We gathered the courage to sit through the pain of withdrawal from what was keeping us tied up inside. Maybe for the first time we felt the shame and abandonment from our childhood. They were like ticking time bombs inside of us. As our bodies unwound, we learned not to panic. We gained trust in ourselves and our higher power. We moved out of our pain and the mental and physical lethargy that may have held us down. We accepted that we weren't perfect and life got better. We became authentic in our words and actions. The affirmation reads, On this day, I will not travel this journey alone. When I need help, I know I have my fellow ACAs and my higher power. Share, subscribe, like. And most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that you are not alone and that recovery is possible, one day at a time.